Gritting his teeth, he pushed through and finished the slashing motion. There was little time for him to rest as two forest cats targeted him. Their paws were outstretched with their claws, ready to tear him apart. Using his whole body, James spun and kicked the forest cat to his right. Struck by James's attack, the monster collided with the forest cat next to it. Knowing that he wouldn't have much time to relax, he quickly dashed to one of the monsters several feet away from him. Seeing James rushing towards it, the monster seemed startled, not expecting the human to react so violently towards it. "That's right, don't underestimate humans," James yelled at the monster, both to give himself courage, but also to intimidate the beast. Holding the dagger in his right hand and supporting it with his left, the entire weight of his body was used to drive the blade into the skull of the monster. There was a moment of resistance, but then a sense of crunching was felt as the bone was pierced. The monster didn't even put up any resistance and just collapsed. With both of their weight, James and the cat slid on the ground. James's shoes dug into the ground, tearing through roots before stopping. Sharp claws dug into his back, tearing through the armor and slashing his back. Blinding white light flashed as James clenched his teeth in pain. He felt his body getting heavier as the forest cat hung on his back. Grunting, James reached to grab the monster by its fur. Fangs of the monster bit into his left shoulder. Yelling out in pain, James attempted to fight through the agony of the monster's attack. Successfully grabbing the monster's hide, he yanked at it and turned his shoulders. With the monster still biting down on his shoulder, the fangs ripped out a chunk of flesh. The forest cat rolled on the ground, but James didn't let it get back on its feet. Yanking the dagger out of the monster's head that he had killed before getting attacked, he half leapt and staggered towards the forest cat, attempting to recover itself. He plunged the dagger into the thing's neck before yanking it out. He heard the creature giggling as it drowned in its own fluids. There was no time to feel happy about the win, as the one he had kicked earlier and its companion ran towards where he was barely standing. Though he wanted to check on Maya to see that she was okay, James had to settle for not hearing her screams to indicate that she was still alright. If the monsters were to have reached her, then he hoped that there would be some kind of sign that she was struggling against them. James thought the idea that she was silently taken care of and not hearing anything dreadful meant that she was still firing off arrows. "Just need to take care of these two and I'll have handled 6 of them." James tried to motivate himself as his multiple wounds continued to let life-giving blood flow out. Feeling a slight change in the weight of the dagger, James glanced to see that the tip had been chipped off. Gritting his teeth, James thought, "I must have nicked a bone." Knowing that he didn't have much strength left, James gathered up some and threw the dagger at the monster on the left. This time, the dagger was only able to slice some of the monster's flesh. It continued on its path and tumbled on the ground. Seeing how little damage he inflicted on the monster, he chuckled rarely. "I probably shouldn't have done that. Getting that last one made me too cocky."